$40 million argument happening right now inside Trackhouse. Imagine you are Justin Marks. It is a Tuesday morning in Concord, North Carolina. You walk into your own conference room. Two contracts are sitting on the table in front of you. Same sponsor logo on both. Same Chevrolet badge on both. Same team shop built both cars. One driver just posted a top 5 at Nashville. The other is 34th in points. You have to choose which one defines the next 10 years of your franchise. And the worst part, the entire industry is watching you make this call. A closed-door meeting happened inside Trackhouse recently. Phones off the table, senior figures only, no leaks, no press release, just the most consequential internal conversation in this team's short history. When was the last time a mid-pack team had a decision this big, one that affected the entire silly season map across the garage? Because right now, Trackhouse fields 3 Cup cars in 2026, the 1, the 88, and the 97. Same manufacturer, same resources, wildly different results. One of these cars is carrying the whole operation. The other is a PR crisis waiting to break open. We are closing in on 500 subscribers here at NASCAR Track Report, and if you have been watching us break down the business and political truth behind what actually happens inside these teams, hit subscribe right now, drop a like, and share this video. Your support is what makes it possible to keep bringing you content at this level. Every single subscriber genuinely matters to this channel. Now, Shane Van Gisbergen, the 97, 3-time Supercars champion. Red Bull athlete for over a decade. A name most American NASCAR fans had never heard before he showed up and immediately rewrote what was possible. In his 2025 debut season, SVG posted 5 wins, all road and street courses: Mexico City, Sonoma, Watkins Glen twice, and the Charlotte Roval. He won Rookie of the Year. Through his career, he has converted wins in 7 of his 14 Cup road course starts. That conversion rate does not exist anywhere else in the modern era of this sport. Kevin Harvick said it plainly: he made everyone look like amateurs on road courses. That was not a compliment handed out casually. That was the garage acknowledging something undeniable, but the honest critique existed too. Through his first 25 Cup oval starts, SVG averaged a mid to high 20s finish. The American media ran with the label road course specialist, nothing more, move on. Then 2026 happened. His oval average across 12 races this season is 19.25, a 5th place finish at Nashville, his first ever Cup oval top 5, better results at 9 of 11 common oval tracks year over year. Crew chief Stephen Doran and the engineering relationship quietly doing what nobody predicted. This is not a road course specialist anymore. This is a driver rewriting the global conversation about whether Southern Hemisphere talent can compete across a full Cup calendar. Every lap he turns on an oval matters beyond just one contract. Then there is Connor Zilisch, the 88, 19 years old, 10 Xfinity wins last season, anointed as the face of American stock car racing's next generation before he had turned a single lap in Cup. The marketing case was airtight, young, American, photogenic, relatable. Sponsors loved the story. Then the 2026 Cup numbers arrived. Through 14 races, 34th in points, 0 wins, 0 top 5s, 0 top 10s, an average finish around 27th, 4 DNFs including a brake failure at Nashville. Kevin Harvick, the man who publicly championed Zilisch for years, assessed it in 4 words: it hasn't gone well. Denny Hamlin noted that Zilisch is running roughly where you would expect relative to Ross Chastain, except Chastain himself is running 15 spots worse than projected, meaning the benchmark is already broken. The gap between what was promised and what is appearing on the timing sheet is historic, and that brings in the third problem nobody wants to say out loud. Ross Chastain, the one, locked through 2027 with Moose Fraternity backing. Contract extension confirmed September 2025. Currently 26th in points in 2026, 1 top 5, 2 top 10s. This is the man who was a Championship 4 contender in 2022. He is not movable because of the money. So the 2 seats that Marks can actually do something with are SVG and Zilisch. One is 14th in points and trending toward a chase spot. The other is 34th and statistically the second worst full-time driver in the field. How does an owner justify the internal allocation when those 2 realities exist side by side? Red Bull is sponsoring both Zilisch and SVG across a combined 25 Cup races in 2026. Red Bull's entire global brand identity is built on winning: Formula One championships, extreme sports domination, Max Verstappen. SVG is delivering exactly what Red Bull expects from a partnership. Zilisch is not. This is not a regional sponsor tolerating a rebuilding year. This is one of the largest sports marketing budgets on earth beginning to ask questions about return on investment. When a sponsor at that level internally compares 2 cars at the same team, one of those cars is going to lose the argument. NASCAR journalist Bob Pockrass flagged the tension when he noted that the dual sponsorship arrangement at Trackhouse, given the current results split, raises real questions about long-term sustainability. This is not just about which driver is faster. This is about whether Trackhouse's entire commercial structure can survive a sponsor asking the wrong question at the wrong moment. Then the story went nuclear. Jordan Bianc of The Athletic reported mutual interest between Hendrick Motorsports and Connor Zilisch. Bob Pockras backed it up. Zilisch listed as a genuine possibility for the 48 car if Alex Bowman departs. Consider what that means. Hendrick Motorsports, 4 championships in the last decade. The benchmark Chevrolet operation in Cup racing is circling a driver currently sitting 34th in points, not because of what he has done, because of what they believe he can do. The industry is not looking at Zilisch and seeing a 34th place result. They are looking at a 19-year-old elite talent trapped in equipment that cannot support him. And if that read is correct, the problem is not the driver, it is the car. Buying sources point to 2028 as the most likely timeline for any move, but neither reporter ruled out 2027 if the money aligns. Marks does not have as much runway as he may think. Hendrick circling your driver is either the most flattering external validation a team owner can receive or the beginning of losing control of your entire future roster. Right now, for Justin Marks, it is terrifyingly both. Now return to the meeting, the closed door, the phones off the table. What was actually discussed in that room was not a straightforward choice between SVG and Zilisch. The conversation was about whether to proactively facilitate Zilisch's path to Hendrick in exchange for a technical alliance, data sharing, engineering access, the kind of arrangement that lifts the entire Trackhouse fleet. The logic runs like this: if Zilisch is leaving when his contract expires anyway, Marks fights it and gets nothing in return. Or Marks negotiates from a position of strength now, extracts a technical partnership from the most sophisticated operation in Cup racing, and uses that leverage to accelerate SVG Chastain in any future expansion. Trackhouse was spotted preparing a potential entry for the San Diego street race. A 4th charter only makes financial sense if there is a young American marketing story attached to it for sponsors. Zilisch departing does not just change 2 seats, it fundamentally reshapes whether expansion is even viable. NASCAR insider Jeff Gluck noted the Trackhouse-Hendrick dynamic as one of the most quietly significant storylines of the 2026 silly season, with charter economics and driver movement intersecting in ways that have no clean precedent. This is no longer a driver performance conversation. This is a franchise-level chess match. And the piece Justin Marks is about to move could either be the smartest trade in team history or the moment Trackhouse handed its future to someone else. If Zilisch leaves, regardless of how it happens, SVG stops being the road course weapon and becomes the undisputed franchise driver of Trackhouse. Full stop. Every oval improvement, every point accumulated, every Nashville top 5 converts from performance data into contract leverage. Australian motorsport commentator Matthew Burridge observed that SVG's improving oval numbers have begun generating genuine conversation in the Southern Hemisphere about whether a driver from outside the American system can genuinely compete across the full Cup schedule, not just on road courses. That conversation is now happening at a volume the NASCAR mainstream cannot ignore. But there is a seed worth planting here. If SVG looks across the garage and sees Zilisch heading to Hendrick, Chastain locked through 2027 on sponsor money, and Marks distracted by expansion, at what point does a franchise-caliber driver quietly calculate whether Trackhouse is where he should be building the second half of his career? That question does not have an answer yet, but it exists. 2 contracts, same sponsor logo on both. Marks can let the young American go and gain a technical alliance that makes SVG the cornerstone of the operation for the next decade. Or he can hold the prodigy and risk SVG eventually deciding that the best move is to be somewhere that does not carry these problems. The decision has not been made. But in a sport where timing is everything, every week Justin Marks waits is another week Hendrick Motorsports gets more comfortable making calls. So here is what I want from you. Drop your answer in the comments. If you're Justin Marks sitting in that room looking at those 2 contracts, which direction do you go? Do you trade Zilisch to Hendrick for the technical alliance and build around SVG? Or do you hold the line and keep the prodigy? This story is only getting louder, and I want to know where you stand. And if someone you know follows SVG, follows Trackhouse, or follows the business side of NASCAR, share this video with them, because this conversation needs to reach everyone watching this sport. If you enjoy real NASCAR breakdowns like this, you'll like what's coming next.